Hello from the Canon Academy Homeschool. This is our happenings of the week for August 15th through the 19th, 2022. This week has been kind of a slow week. We've been trying out different ways that we like to learn. We have about 2 more weeks to end our summer school session, and then we will start our fall session the day after Labor Day, which I believe is going to be Tuesday, September 6th or 7th. I need to look at the calendar on that. Anyways, we are slowly getting back into our work pages after a month and a half of various different times of not being together. So the kids are doing like 2 work pages a day from their comprehensive curriculum of basic skills workbooks. 2 are doing first grade and 1 is doing second grade. And then they're also doing at least 1 math page, either from their Brady Book of Addition and Subtraction or from their Life Pack math books. What we hope to accomplish is I have one who's in the first grade workbook, the comprehensive curriculum of basic skills first grade, has maybe like 40 work pages left. So he will technically go to second grade, and even though he did most of another math program for first grade, I will still have him do the Life Pack first grade math for a while, just to go over things that we might have missed. But I have faith that he will be through that probably by October, November, and be totally second grade. The other first grader just started that workbook, probably about 3 months ago, but then we went to a summer schedule where we were doing it lightly, and then like I said, we had a month and a half where we were not together, so he'll still need to finish that book, and also the Life Pack first grade, and he will probably finish around Christmas and go into second grade. My second grader has maybe 100 pages left of her level of the comprehensive curriculum of basic skills workbook. I'm thinking if she stays with the rate she's working at now, she will finish that probably November, December. If she can pick up a couple extra pages, she'll finish sooner. Now, her reading level is already, she tested at understanding 5th grade. Is she going to read 5th grade books? No. They are way above her maturity level. So I will move her into various different 3rd grade level readers and books. We have a wide variety on our bookshelves for all different age levels. The math, she is still doing Life Pack 2nd grade because we started that later in the year too. And I want to make sure that we've covered everything before I move on to a 3rd grade workbook. So as you can see, we have various different levels in each subject for each child. And that being said, we're playing around with a block schedule and things like that. Does it work for us? Sometimes not. I'm still toying with a 4-day school day, even though I have 2 of them 5 days. they know that the child I don't have on Mondays gets to play and do things that he likes and things like that, or visit with his great grandmother on his other side of the family. However, I kind of want to let these two I do have a more relaxing day. At the same time, sometimes I need to say, get out a word find book, or get out a maze book, or dot to dot, or read the books, or do the puzzles. Because when they tend to have 100% of the day to choose whatever they want, it still doesn't go well all the time. And this gives us a way back into the rules of the week, so to speak. So I did plot out a 5-day block schedule, but now I'm rethinking that and trying to think, how can I do this for 4 days, where they all get a benefit of everything, and I want to have group times and things like that. Well, we kind of played around with it a little bit on Friday. So on Friday, August 19th, we went to our new schoolroom, which is the first time I've ever had a schoolroom in all the years I've homeschooled, where I can just shut the door at the end of the day and be done. They went in there and they started out with coloring in their coloring books. I read the story. It was a Garfield book that the youngest had picked out. Then we did Fitness Flash, which we learned to do here and there throughout our days from Summer Bridges workbooks. And it's just like 30 seconds of exercise. We did slightly more than that because we did the arm circles forward and back. We did 15 of those. And then we did stretching, where you reach up overhead and lean to the side and stuff like that for 30 seconds. So a little bit longer, probably about a minute. Then the two I have daily read from their readers. The 5-year-old read Two Best Friends by Eve Bunting, and it took 4 minutes. It's from a Houghton Mifflin set of readers I have for first grade. And the 6.5-year-old, she read a story called Carousel. Now, okay, so the 5-year-old story was 2 chapters, but they were like 2 or 3 sentences on a page, and maybe 5 pages each chapter. So that's why it only took him 4 minutes. The 6.5-year-old story Carousel by Pat Cummings in her Houghton Mifflin 2nd grade readers is extremely long. I mean, we're talking 10 to 11 sentences a page, and it looks like it's at least a 10 or 15 page story. And she read probably 4 of those pages in 4 minutes, so I let her take a break. Then I have this human body model that was given to me by my daughter's mother-in-law, and we got that out, and we did not have the book with it. I do have a book I think kind of matches it somewhere, but I've been moving things around, as you can see, and so that book is in limbo on a bookshelf somewhere, and I will find that over the next few days. But we did go over the different nerves and blood vessels in the body, muscles, tendons. We looked at the brain and the heart and the lungs and the intestines and the kidneys and things. So they got an idea of the human body. And I do have posters for this also. From there, we moved on to math for those two. And they each did a life pack math page or 2 in their respective grade levels. Then it was almost lunchtime, and the 7-year-old arrived, and so they had their lunch and had a conversation and things like that. Then after lunch, the 7-year-old read from his reader, which was an old, again, basic reader. It is The Little White House, and he read the story about Come Down Frisky. It took him 4 minutes, and it surprised me because while I know the other two have been reading all along during the time that all of us weren't together, I wasn't sure he was getting any reading. But he actually remembered a lot of the words from the story, so he did really well. While he did his reading, the other two looked at books and did flat puzzles. And then the 6-year-old did her work pages from her 2nd grade workbook, and the 7-year-old and the 5-year-old did the books and flat puzzles. The 5-year-old did his work pages, and the 6 and 7-year-old, they did a switch to wooden puzzles. And then when the 7-year-old worked, the 6 and 5-year-old did the wooden puzzles. From there, they got out these mats. We call them street mats because streets and trees and things are already painted on them. They go together like puzzles. They're foam. I got them at a yard sale years and years ago. They got those out, and they got out the city blocks, which have little blocks that look like buildings. There's trees, there's cars and things like that. And then they also got out Hot Wheel cars, and they built cities and things on them and played for quite a while. Next we did verbs, and we went back over how verbs show actions that a person or a thing might do. A thing could be like an animal, or a car, or a bike, or whatever. And what we did then was each child got to go through 4 times and name an action verb, and we all got up and acted it out, which they really loved. So as we were starting to run out of time before the 7-year-old was getting picked up, we went ahead and did nouns. And we went over the fact that a noun is a person, place, or thing. And everybody took a turn naming different things in the room that were nouns. And then we went from there and named other things that were nouns. Then we got out our play castle. All the little people, some of them were castle people, some of them were Fisher-Price little people, and dinosaurs and dragons that we had, and they played with that for a while. Then we started learning songs from an old Childcraft music edition that I have, and that pretty much wrapped up our day. We're learning to be very flexible. I'm learning that even though they're all moving on ahead of their age levels in work, they still think like the little kids in kindergarten, 1st grade age level. And so we're trying to work in those play times and those fitness flash times. We did take some walks earlier in the week, the 5-year-old, 6-year-old, and myself, while it was cool in the mornings and stuff. They like to wave at the kids on the bus stops and things like that, and wave at the school bus drivers. They have not expressed an interest in going to public school, though, I have to say that. They like what we do here at home. So as we change things up and gear up for the fall semester, I will try to keep you informed and let you know how that goes. So from the Canon Academy Homeschool, bye for now, and see you next time.